Guys, this is Larry.
This is Justin. Hello.
So we're back again with another vlog. So we got a couple things going on here that's pretty interesting. The first thing we're gonna do for New Year, I got the Note 10 Plus for Christmas. It's a pretty interesting phone. First of all, the back of the phone, super shiny, super cool, super neat. And the other thing about it is that it is reverse charging, which is really cool. Now, I have been using the XS Max along with Justin here. You've been using it too. Yeah, you like it, right?
It's a nice phone.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I find it to be a very good phone. But with that being said, the 10 Note Plus does have something a little bit more unique, which is the stylus. And I enjoy the stylus because I do take a lot of notes for work. Additionally, there is one new app out there which is called the Pixel. It's usually 4 pixel, but Android users can use it now. It's by Google. It's called Recorder, and it helps you take notes for individuals that's in meetings a lot. It will help you transcribe notes onto a legible, readable format, which is really cool. So with that being said, Justin and I looked at the phones and kind of did a comparison. Screen size wise, I think the edge goes to the Note 10 Plus. What do you think about that? You looked at the screen and you've been looking at the XS Max a lot. What do you think?
In all honesty, the screen size, it's gotten to a point where it doesn't really matter anymore. They just keep getting bigger and it's starting to get annoying.
I do agree with that. So one of the things I did not like about the XS Max, it's so large. But on the same token, the Note 10 Plus is not any smaller. If you look at the footprints, if you pair it up side by side, it's actually slightly longer. But the width of it is slightly more narrow when comparing XS Max. So it's a little bit different. Weight-wise, heaviness of the phone, the edge goes to, for lightness actually, for the weight of it, the Samsung 10 Plus is lighter than XS Max. Now you haven't been carrying a lot, I've been carrying the two. Honestly, 10 grams or 8 grams, or actually, I can't feel the difference. I mean, you've been picking it up. What do you think? I mean, it just...
I feel like the same thing goes for the weight as the screens. It's just like, it's gotten to a point where we don't care anymore if it's lighter because it doesn't make a difference.
So here's the part, to me, it does make a difference. Believe it or not, the screen's resolution of the size, I think that, I think the Samsung with the resolution of 3040 by 1440 versus 2688 times 1242, the pixel on the Samsung absolutely, for me, it looks better. And I think you can agree with that, right?
I mean, I can, but if you look at it as an average person, does it really make a difference in your daily life?
Not really, except it does consume more battery.
Exactly.
But speaking of the battery, if I haven't mentioned it already, one of the coolest thing about it is that it is reverse charging, which is neat. I did use it. I used it on Friday actually. So to give you the real life example, I forgot to charge my watch on my Samsung watch, which we'll have a following episode. We're going to do another one of those. I ran out of battery, or at least running low. So what I did was I went into an app and turned on the reverse charging, sat my phone down, screen down, and I was able to lay it on top of near the Samsung logo here, and was able to reverse charge my my watch. That was neat. Apple, there's just no way to do that. So I think that's pretty cool. So maybe iPhone 12, maybe a feature they can feature in. Additional feature, which I do find it very, very good, which is storage. What you pay for, what you get, that's it. You can't expand it. On the 10 Plus, you can expand it. you have a slot here that holds the traditional SIM card and the SD card to be able to add memory to this thing, which is really cool. And one of the reasons why that I did pick this during the Christmas time is that I was thinking about vlogging more and more with a phone. If you looked at our a couple episodes back when we were at the Apple store, you saw we used the iPhone XS Max to vlog that episode. It was super good. I really liked it. I thought the resolution and the color turned out really well. It could have been Apple store lighting, but with that being said, the image was clear. No doubts about it. And I'm hoping to achieve the same thing with the Note 10 Plus here. I'm not for sure because Justin has a little bit of different opinion when it comes to images in the camera.
Okay, so last night when we went to dinner, we sat at a table with colored tiles, and I brought this up to my dad because he didn't believe me for a while. But the camera doesn't shoot true to life colors. It makes everything more saturated than the iPhone does. And like, my grandma and my mom both got a 11 Pro recently, and even so, when we compared this camera to those, the 10S still did a fine job alongside it.
It did. So he's using a little more technical terms. The color just looks a little bit more realistic, meaning that when you sat there, when we were taking a picture of that tile, it's more like a brick red and it's almost to a brown. When we looked at it on a Samsung phone and through on their screen, it was very bright. It was like rainbow Ferrari red almost. But with that being said, when you looked at it, and then when you compare it to the brick itself, yes, the picture itself on the Note 10 Plus, it was brighter. But when you took the picture with XS Max, the brick color was relatively close to what the real item was. So from a real life perspective, meaning the two, to really show what it is, same color, the XS Max in real life did a better job, I would say, for sure. RAM, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you haven't used my 10 Plus, 12 gigs of RAM versus 4 gigs of RAM. Does it make a difference? Yes, it does. Much more snappy, I would say that. Is it super big difference? No, but for everyday user who's a techie, you can feel the difference. I assure you of that, Joss. Video recording, from the specs, what it says is that both of them does 2160 at 60 frames per second. Even though we're shooting a vlog, we're not going to use 60 frames per second unless it's something higher for slow mo. Now, here's an additional thing that you would appreciate, Justin, which is the bottom. One's
USB-C, the other's Lightning.
And we all know how we feel about Lightning. You can love it, you can hate it, but you know what? The world's going towards
wireless.
Agree. Till the wireless really happens, it's going to be USB-C. USB-C is the way to go. Come on, Apple, keep ripping us off. Battery life. Both the Samsung has a 4300 milliamp and the Apple has 3178. My thought around that is that both of them really last a day. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to charge your phone. If you're gonna use your phone, you're gonna have to charge your phone.
Not necessarily, because actually, you always carry the 10S Max with a smart battery case.
I do.
And you charge it all the time, so you never really know if it dies.
Okay.
But also, I'd like to bring up that the 11 Pro, they did increase that this year, so I don't know. We both haven't used the 11 Pro daily.
Yeah, we're privileged enough to upgrade to that. But what I would say to everyone is that the Note 10 Plus, the battery lasts a very long time. Both of them are IP68. You can look up exactly what IP68 means. It means that it's pretty much waterproof up to a couple feet. You can drop it in the water in a tub and by accident, no issues there. Overall, the phone-wise, the cost is about the same. My user experience with this 10 Plus so far is that I like it, I do. But at the end of the day, if you're in the equal universe system with Apple, it's hard to leave it. There are ways to trick this phone to be able to use iMessaging. It's a little bit cumbersome, but it can work, and I do make it work. Hence, I can use the 10 Plus within my ecosystem of the Apple world. And overall, I think it's an okay phone. But with that being said, the verdict's still out for me. It's not quite. I'm not quite done with it yet. So we'll see how it goes. So, any comments? Any additional closing comments?
I don't know, because 2020 is supposed to be big for Apple.
It is supposed to be big.
I don't know. Apple, please do something big.
Yeah, wireless, like, come on, wireless charging, that reverse charging, that's a necessity. And I'm not confident you should just get rid of a port. I'm not sure. What I would say, it might be better to just go to USB-C. That's just my 2 cents, but it is what it is. Well, to the next time, please take a moment, subscribe if you like the video, give us feedbacks, whatever you want. We appreciate it. This is a hobby for us, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till that next time, peace.
Bye.